The world has taught us to be consumers, and the sheep find value in working 50 hours a week for that new shiny object. But that's not the meaning to life. It's a prison for the enslaved to bring forth another. Gentlemen, it's time to consider celebrating your definition, your meaning of life, and to put that direction, that aim, on some sort of sacred ground, and to look at it with a hell yeah kind of determined stare. Something set apart from the rat race of the masses, and to truly become a man on his own mission. Because our meaning, and meaning particularly coupled with action, becomes our lives. What we believe in leads to our actions, which creates our environment. If our meaning to life is to pursue, let's say, money, then that's going to coincide with what we spend our time chasing. If our meaning is one that sees money as evil, we will avoid the stacking of our bank account. What we see as useful and give merit to enables the cognitive agency within us to focus in on our particular value. It's as simple as what we desire, we're going to look for. And what we look for, we're going to find. If I desire cheap women, I'm going to look for the easiest skank, and you better believe I'm going to find her or them or all of them. We zoom in on something and it becomes more clear, and things farther and farther away become less clear. It's the same with what we give meaning to. Things in our peripheral become kind of blurred. What we focus on is right smack in our face, and everything else disappears. This can be to our benefit, or it can be to our detriment. It depends on what we are valuing. Money, whores, freedom, slavery. So it's time for us men to embody and imitate a greater plane, if you will. A dimension where the pursuit of excellence resides. To definitely 100% go beyond one's limitations. And without cornering anybody into a one-size-fits-all definition, meaning for me simply means to pursue the ever-elusive perfection, to always be on the hunt of improving my life, to achieve a more badass existence, to see how good I can become, and all the while leaving stepping stones for men coming after me. And so one's higher meaning will evolve from what we value. And it stems from three branches: the true, the good, and the beautiful. What's your ultimate truth? And that's going to lead to your ultimate goodness in your actions, and it's going to encourage you to create the beautiful life you look for, a stainless life, a picture-perfect life in the greatest sense. So again, meaning, more specifically your meaning, will derive from your connection to what you value. And it's important we begin to distinguish what we're taught to value and what actually has value, and thus giving us an autonomous meaning to our lives according to what we value. The world has taught us to be consumers, and the sheep find value in working 50 hours a week for that new shiny object. But that's not the meaning to life. It's a prison for the enslaved to bring forth another man's meaning, which is to use you and me to get that guy's riches. So the hell with cheap and easy meanings such as get rich, get bitches, and die old. Let us begin to pursue the source behind the truth, the good, and the beautiful. And here's the secret of life. You are the source. The responsibility falls on your shoulders to create. And this is the fundamental element of man. This is the property of a badass and free existence. To create our best life in relation to our highest values, what we value. Every day we create. But the commencement, the beginning of construction, is actually deconstruction. Think about what goes into building something new. You tear down an old home, an old building, you remove trees, you dig up the ground and level it out. So your purpose in life is to tear away the obstacles and belief systems, the people, the ideologies that hinder your growth, your ability to create, and then to replace them with values that facilitate a higher meaning. And that's better than squandering away our talents and gifts. We've wasted too much time as it is. So we begin to reject weakness, idleness, and those abstract dreams, and we begin moving towards something stronger and palpable. So ask yourself, Are your values nested in the true, the good, and the beautiful? Or do we desire ordering McDonald's on the newest iPhone while we're scrolling through TikTok nonsense? We've got to decide to actively engage in creating our meaning instead of passively accepting the hand-me-down orders of somebody else's meaning telling me what to do because it benefits them and not me. Choose what your truth is. From there, we begin to derive good actions and establish our beautiful life. It's time to quit conforming to the easy cookie-cutter life and configure our own damn shapes and patterns. Maybe the true, the good, and the beautiful. And just like sentences and language gives relevance, so too should our meaning. It adds to our lives and it points to understanding. It's hard to have a good conversation with someone you cannot understand that doesn't speak in complete sentences. It's the same principle with an unfiltered meaning to life. Love and respect, gentlemen. You will hear from me next episode.